everybody, welcome back to Studio Lou. I have another journal walkthrough for you today, a little flip through of this traveler's notebook. I'm calling this one just Alice in Dreamland, and it's because of this pocket on the front with this vintage textile from an old children's curtain from the 70s. It depicts all of these amazing fairy tales, and this is the Alice one when she's in this like psychedelic garden. Very 70s, very fun. So anyways, this little traveler's notebook is all made from collage on the front and back, so it's a lot of fun. It has a really nice feel to it. The whole book is sealed, and there are eyelets punched through both covers to tie it closed with some vintage seam binding. So on the front, there's this pocket that's holding this lovely vintage, or sorry, this collaged journal card of these birds, and it's collaged on both sides, and I'll show you what the cover looks like underneath. This has been backed with fabric to keep the cover nice and strong. It's a 5-hole pamphlet stitch, so that just tucks in there. And then we'll just move this to the back. Inside we have a little pocket here that's been collaged. Lots of collaging going on in this book. And inside is one of my own pressed botanical specimen cards that I've made. And here on the front page, which is Vintage Ledger, we have a pocket made from an image from a vintage hair salon style book. So the kind of book you would go through and pick a hairstyle for the barber to cut your hair into. And then this is a fun tag that's been collaged with children's book and music and botanicals, and it's got this fun lace on top. And the back is nice packaging paper for journaling on. And then on this side we have a paper cluster and a Kate Greenaway image. This is a Richard Scarry book page and has a little fabric tab at the bottom. And that's more of the Richard Scarry, his amazing iconic pigs. They're so cute. So these journals, you can do anything you like with them. They're sort of designed to like maybe take on a trip with you or take somewhere or use for a specific kind of small thing, small project. At least in my mind, I'm using mine for my 2 camping trips I'm taking this year. So there are pages that you can write on clearly, and then pages that you could write on, honestly, or you could stick things to. So if you have photos or brochures from wherever you've been, or your project that you're working on, maybe you're doing like 52 things this year and you just want a little notebook to kind of put that in. These are perfect for that. They're a great size. On this side, we have avocado dyed paper with a little fabric and lace and button collage. And on this side we have a pocket that's been made from a vintage advertising book. And you'll see some more paper at the back there and some stitching down here. And then this is from a vintage textile book, and it's just a large journal card that's been stitched all over. I call these books kind of like my odd socks kind of books, meaning that they don't have a particular theme. They're just filled with fun things. This is a landscape page with some washi tape. And the book page was left long to create these pockets. So another landscape. This is from a field guide about swamp birds and sea ducks. You could use this as like a nature journal as well. This is just scrapbook paper that has been tea-dyed on the back. And then this is a vintage calling card for CB radio. So for those of you that are familiar with like shortwave, CB, ham radio, a little bit older generation, basically you used to be able to talk on public channels and people were really into it. Like people still use it today who work in like the trucking industry and stuff, or just people who appreciate old technology like that. And so usually people would have a nickname and then they would make up these really fun like personalized cards, like almost like pre-artist trading card days or something. Really fun. This is Vintage Ledger, and there's a fabric and lace tab. And then this is a pocket made of lily pad paper, and you can stick something in here. See, it's a open pocket. Then this is an upper tuck pocket that's been collaged and has this little robin on it, and there's some lace here. And then it's on brown paper, and this is made from a Richard Scarry book, and it's a fun parrot holding a tea kettle and some really wild 70s fabric at the bottom. And that just tucks up there. And then some stenciling here and a teeny tiny little playing card. This is cabbage dyed paper that's gridded and has a gold tab up top made out of fabric. And this is a coloring book page. Some washi tape. This is a gardener's glossary and some scrapbook paper. And on the back is this beautiful picture of these flowers. You open it up, there's a fabric tab there, and we have a collage pocket, and on front this little handmade money card with some stamps and a little German rhododendron flower card. Just pops in the front there, and then inside is a journal tag made from children's book page, and it says Once Upon a Time. And then this is a botanical page. And on the back we have this large lace side tuck pocket, and it's backed with this fun coffee dyed paper. And then this is another Richard Scarry page. It's the Hey Diddle Diddle rhyme with this fun cow jumping over the moon, and the back is all blank so that you can write on it. So that just tucks right on there. It's just folded letter style. These books are closed with 5-hole pamphlet stitch, if I didn't already mention that. Then this is a fun book page, and we have a tab with some fabric up here. And this is the center of the journal with these beautiful birds. And over here we have some coffee dyed, this is actually like vintage textile paper that was scanned and coffee dyed. And then on here we have one of my handmade specimen cards with my own pressed botanicals inside. They're resin flowers. And another botanical page from a vintage botanical book. And then we have here an envelope made from vintage stationery with this amazing like floral inside. And then there's a fabric tuck pocket here with this yellow fabric. Inside the fabric tuck pocket there's a paint sample and this little toad, or it's a frog I suppose actually, little card. And inside the envelope there is a journaling card about the manchineel tree. Just an old botanical image from a vintage botanical book. And over here we just have some nice speckly paper. And then this is a journal card that I made of a couple of owls on some nice patinaed paper with this beautiful tea-dyed lace around it. And the back has been stamped. It's on cabbage dyed paper. And that clips onto this page, which does have a fabric lace tab up here with a button. And this is strengthened with some washi tape. And it's from that gardener's glossary. So this just clips on here with a paper clip. Some washi, coloring book page. This is a really fun, it's like a Scandinavian style coloring book. So it's like a mirrored image of these amazing birds and lots of botanicals. And this is cabbage dyed grid paper. It has this fun plaid and blue lace ripple here, ribbon. And this is a bulb pin with a brass star from some vintage jewelry. This side is brown paper with a vintage playing card of a jester, the 8 of diamonds. And we have some fun, like, I forget what language this is, oh my goodness, but it is on the back, just a tab. And then this is from a vintage recipe book, and I love just the handwriting and the images. This is a recipe for ham loaf and mushroom meatloaf and plain meatloaf, and I like the chef's kiss, like it's so funny, the little mushrooms. that book is just a real treasure, so I like to share little bits of it here and there. And this is the other side of the pocket of that lily pad paper. So again, we have a piece of paper that's an open pocket on top that you can put something in. And on the front, we have this little crocheted flower, and on the back, a little purple vintage button. And you see some stitching there on the vintage ledger. And that is a fabric collage, and this is a jumbo playing card that we've made a pocket out of. And then this is from a children's book page. It's a large journaling page, basically, that's been stitched around and inked, and says, nature can tell people the time. We can find out how old a tree is by counting the rings inside the wood, and we can tell the age of a fish by the growth of its scales. And this is tea-dyed scrapbook paper with a little fabric and button collage at the bottom. And it tips out on this side for more journal space and some washi tape. This is a long book page pocket and has this tag inside of an old piece of art and a tab up top. It's all stitched around, this lovely lady, and it's landscape paper on both sides. And we have this large purple lace pocket on avocado paper, and this is a tag made from a children's book. It says Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and it has lined paper on back. Avocado paper, and it just tips out, and there's some collaging and some children's pen drawing from like a 70s book that I found. It was really fun. And then this is more Richard Scarry paper. It tips out, so you can either cover it or enjoy it or write here and there. Maybe you could write the quotes of the things these little pigs are saying. And there is a gold tab on top, and on the back, these lovely goose flying along. And on this page, we have a paper clipped large journal tag on vintage ledger. And this is these beautiful horses. This is made from a children's book page, and I've done this nice stitching around. And it has this organza flower. And that's the back for journaling on. And it just clips onto this page. There we go. And the back is a collaged pocket. And inside is just a tag made from a numeric organizer tab. And that can be journaled front and back. And then at the back we have this pocket made from a vintage botanical page. There is more collaging on the back cover. And inside it is this large journal card made from strips of paper and children's book cutouts. And the back is this really fun grungy coffee dyed paper. It's been all stitched around. So that just pops in here, and that's the back cover. So these journals are not overstuffed, so there's lots of space for you to put your own things in. And the way that I close them, just so you know, is I even up my two ends. I've sealed the ends so they won't fray. Then you just have it threaded through both sides, and you just give it a little tug. Then you go the opposite direction this way, and you start over here and go the opposite direction that way, and then they meet up again, and then you tie a little bow. And it just gives you a nice secure closure, so that if you do stuff this full of things, then by all means it will be just fine. So thank you for joining me for this little flip through. If you're seeing this video, this journal as well as 2 other traveler's notebooks will be in my Etsy shop today. You can find all of my information down below, including my shop. So thanks again. I hope you're having a really nice day.